Hi, and welcome to Mommandants Moments. I'm Julie.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we are the better half of the watch.
Here we'll talk about real life, family, and commiserate a little on what it means to be a Coast Guard spouse. Thanks for joining us. What are we talking about today, Julie?
I think we should take a moment to kind of introduce ourselves.
Right, well, it's been like 9 episodes, I think, so it's probably time you know who we are.
And how we met.
Right. Yeah, good idea. Smart.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
I can.
Okay. Hi, Julie.
Hi, my name is Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Married to John. We've been married for, it's 2023, so 24 years. Almost 25. Years. We've been together over 25 years.
Wow.
We have 2 kids. They're twins. They're 11, 2 boys, and they are amazing and a mystery all at the same time. Mm-hmm. Trying to be a boy mom is such a weird thing, especially heading into like I'm dreading the puberty moments.
Oh yeah.
But I would never trade it for girls.
You know what? Thor be with all of you who have girls.
Yes. Yeah. God bless you. Like I wish all the best. Like I wish like all the best for you.
Yeah, we send you light and love.
Yes. All the positive vibes. Everything. Like whatever. We have just a little dog, one dog, a little Aussie Doodle named Tilly. And we have a cat named Goose. And they are complete opposites in that Tilly likes to chase laser pointers, apparently. And Goose does not care. The cat could care less. So we came into the Coast Guard together. John joined after we had been married for 3 years. He went to officer candidate school. Then we did flight school after that. And then we did Traverse City and Jacksonville, Houston, back to Jacksonville because we loved it so much. And what else? And then we came here. And now we're here. So we, coming out of flight school, we were young and just ridiculous because we were like, oh, we're going to stay south. So we bought this Mustang, right? It was navy blue with a tan top. It was beautiful. I loved it so much. And then they sent us to Traverse City, Michigan. And we were like, well, shit.
Yeah.
So we had to sell it. And we had put in a very like detailed list, right? So we were like, of course we're going to stay south. So we put in a list of 5. They said we need more. We put in a list of 13. We got our 12th pick. But then talking to everybody's like, oh my God, you're so lucky. Traverse City's amazing. It's blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And it got talked up. So we're like, okay, fine. We'll go to Traverse City. And then later they came back and they're like, hey, we got an opening in New Orleans. Do you guys want to go? Which had been like number 3 on our list. Ooh. And we're like, we've already resigned ourselves to going to Traverse City. We'll just stay with it. You can pass it to whoever. So we didn't take it. And while we were in Traverse City, Katrina's what hit. It hit. So we were kind of like, whew. And I think that was a moment where I was like, sometimes fate steps in.
Right.
And we loved Traverse City. We would go back to Traverse City. It was one of our favorites.
Amazing.
Jacksonville's our absolute favorite. I think Hitron is a very...
I think all of our listeners know how you feel about Hitron.
Hitron is a hidden gem, let me just say. Gem. It's a hidden gem. It's like it's the underdog of the Coast Guard, and it's amazing. And I love Hitron. So if you're in aviation, don't be scared to go to Hitron. Do not. It's amazing. And then Houston was our worst for various reasons that I won't get into. I have friends in Houston. There are things I miss from Houston.
Sure.
But yeah, Houston sucked. And it was also when we had our kids, like our young kids. When we moved from Jacksonville, they were 4 months old.
That's always difficult.
And so, yeah. And then when we left there, they were 4. So to have toddlers in a place where certain things happened was not easy.
Julie, tell me more about you.
Oh my gosh, I'm a Southern girl from Georgia. And I never realized how much that affected me until we moved north, right?
Okay.
So I love the sun. Give me sun all day long.
Yes.
I'm a happy girl. I would happily stay in Florida forever. And I know most people are like, that's crazy. But I need the sun. I need it.
Yeah. It's your Superman.
It is my Superman. It's my, not my, like, not being on sun's like my kryptonite.
Right.
The gray days are kryptonite for me.
Yes.
They affect my mood. And both my parents were in law enforcement, so I have a non-sheltered view of the world growing up.
Sure.
And I'm overly cautious about stuff.
Right.
I don't think it's because they were in law enforcement. I think there's other things, but I have a very, like, fatalistic view. Like, I immediately go to worst case scenario. Like,
right.
What's the worst thing that could happen? We were putting lights up, and I had a tomato cage in a pot turned upside down, so the spiky parts were up, right? And John was on a ladder right next to it.
Of course.
And I was like,
he's going to fall and impale
himself.
And
I immediately, like, he's going to fall, he's going to impale himself, and then he's going to die.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold up, let me move this.
Yes.
And immediately went and moved it. But that's where my mind goes to, not the, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like I'm just the wife or just the mom.
Ooh.
Especially since having kids. I know
course.
I've lost a lot of myself.
Right. Yeah, because you know what, Julie? We started with, tell me about you, and you went into your husband's career.
Exactly, because that's what has been a majority of my life.
Right.
And
you're like, who is Julie? I don't know. Let me talk about my husband's career.
Yeah, I don't have a career because when I moving, I worked at a bank, so I liked that part of it. And then I went to work for Lowe's, which was really fun. And then now I'm home with the boys.
It is very difficult to have your own career when you're a spouse of a military member.
I always say look for the big national things, like the box stores.
Right.
Because it's easier to transfer and they don't mind training you.
Right.
Lowe's had no problem training me for manager positions.
Right.
Knowing that I would be, even knowing that I was in the military. So there are certain things like that I can say I learned.
Tell me something you love.
Oh, that one's hard. I don't have a lot of things. I don't tend to obsess about stuff and love stuff. Like, of course, I love my family, but like,
right.
The consistent things in my life have been Vera Bradley.
Okay.
I love Vera Bradley.
There you go.
The Atlanta Braves.
Okay.
I've been a fan since I was an infant. And then I'm trying to think. I love to drive with the windows down and the radio wide open.
I love that.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
I had no idea.
Yeah. With the Bronco, take the tops off, put the windows down and the radio up. Best day. And just drive around. It's amazing.
Yep.
I do like to drive a little fast. I try to keep it in check. I want to take the emergency vehicle training course one day.
Yes.
That's amazing. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I want to grow up and be like John Wick.
Yeah. I think in our heads we all are a little bit John Wick.
I do want to be, like, I want to be able to kick ass. Like, I want to be able to be like, walk up and just say whatever I want to say to somebody and not worry about them beating me up.
Yes.
Because I could totally, like, crush them.
Right.
That's one thing I would love to have. Yeah.
I love that.
I can be shy when people first meet me.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get to know me, I am not shy. And in groups where I feel comfortable, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll do it. Sure.
Yeah. I love that you introduced yourself to me as an introvert.
But you don't think I am at all.
You're totally not an introvert. No way. I would say that between the two of us, you are the extrovert.
I don't feel that way, though.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Because I have a hard time in big groups.
Sure.
When it's just like us, yes. You probably know my personality better than anyone else.
Oh, yay.
Outside of my family.
I've seen behind the curtain.
You have. You probably know even probably better than some members of my family. Yeah, I love trying new stuff.
Me too.
I get bored very easily. Like, I had a friend in school, and oh my God, every day from middle school until she graduated from high school, she ate the same lunch every day. Peanut butter on wheat sandwich every day.
That's tough.
And I'm like, no, that would have lasted 2 days with me. And then I'm like, yeah, I need something else. So I like change. I do need things to be different, but I still need structure.
Right.
So, I don't know. What do you think? How
About
do you see me?
I see you as the extrovert for sure. Yeah, you are totally the extrovert. I think that you don't give yourself enough credit for being as strong and independent. Like, I don't think you see yourself as strong and independent, and you
No.
very much are. You are pessimistic,
Yes.
but I would say that your pessimism is sort of like a semper paratus thing, right? You're always ready because you are pessimistic.
I'm pessimistic and a realist and a prepared.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very semper paratus. Good
Yeah.
job.
I want to make sure. Yeah. And I'm wondering, I think that that's like a symptom of maybe ADHD. I'm starting to think, guys, I really am starting to think I may have ADHD.
Yeah,
Possibly.
but I can see that.
My brother has it.
Yeah.
But his is very much a cannot sit still. Is always like, what's next? Very curious. Like his
Yours is more mental.
Mine is more mental. His is very physical. His is
Right.
like, it manifests differently.
Absolutely.
But I
can
am
see that.
starting to, and I blame Instagram, right? And even I, as someone who has a degree in psychology, knows better. So like, I saw an app today that you could take a test that tells you if you have ADHD, and I showed it to John, and he and I are both like, okay, like that's not how that works.
Right.
An app cannot diagnose you.
Yes.
So, and part of me is like, I kind of want to see if I am, and part of me is like, no, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because
Yeah.
it's not the diagnosis. I think the diagnosis would help me work on the things I feel like I need to work on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, just with like schedules and staying on task and not feeling like so overwhelmed that I can't get things accomplished.
Okay, so here's what I know about you. I know that you are incredibly thoughtful. I know that you think about other people more than I think other people realize how much you're thinking of them. I know that you are a much better friend than I am.
I don't agree.
No, you really are. Because you will think to check on me, and I think I'm not thinking about checking on you because I think you're fine, because you are strong and independent. And so I forget to check on you because I know Julie's fine. She's got this. Whereas you check on me when I'm in a situation that I might be uncomfortable in or whatever. You're like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, fuck, I never ask Julie how she's doing because I always think she's fine. So you are a much better friend in that sense, that you think about other people, that you check on them, that you are doing pulse checks constantly. Like, hey, are you good? Do you need anything? Can I get something for you? I'm going to Costco. Can I get you a thing? And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I would not have thought to do that, not because I'm not thinking people don't need anything at Costco, but just like, well, if they needed something at Costco, they'd be like, hey, next time you go to Costco, can you grab this thing for me?
Yeah.
So you are very good at that. You are very much thinking about other people. And I love that about you.
Thank you. I think us as friends work because I am about the details
Yeah.
and the ideas, and I see the trees.
Yes.
You are very much execution.
Yes.
I'm a planner. You're the executor.
I am an executor.
You execute.
In more ways than one.
I know. I plan it. You execute it.
Him. It.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever works. You execute and you see the forest.
Yeah.
Which I have to have, I'm realizing like I need friends like that desperately, because I am very much, I only see the tree. If I see the forest,
It's overwhelming.
it's overwhelming and I become paralyzed and I cannot do anything.
Right.
Then it's like, I'm not going to do anything.
Yes.
So, ADHD.
No, I totally feel you. So I am Stephanie. Hello.
Yes. Hi, Stephanie.
Nice to meet you. I am the wife of Mike and the parents, Mike and I are the parents of Brennan and Finn. One is turning 15, the other is turning 12. Finn turns 12 in 7
Wow.
days. And then 5 days later, Brennan turns 15, so that's crazy. They are almost exactly 3 years apart. And it's tough having teenager, and I'm going to say teenagers because my little one thinks he is a teenager, and so naturally he acts like one.
I think like 12, 13 is about,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the same.
Yes.
I am I never graduated from college because my life was chaotic and insane. But I have had some amazing jobs. I worked in corporate world. I started at the bottom and worked my way up to super high places. I am a sales trainer by nature. I absolutely love taking big ideas and teaching them, because I'm an executor, breaking them into small, chewable pieces and teaching them to staff on how to go out about learning about a thing, and then grabbing the bull by the horns and executing whatever mission they have. So training and sales is absolutely my wheelhouse, which is why I think it's funny that you see me as someone who executes things, because
Oh yeah.
that's exactly what I do. I take big things and make them happen.
Like yeah, like the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, Julie said, "Let's do a podcast." And I was like, "Okay, I've already figured out how to do this. Let's just begin."
Yeah.
we have everything we need. Let's go. I am probably somewhere on the autism spectrum. I am very disconnected from feelings sometimes. And I don't know if that's from, whatever tragic backstory I grew up with, or if that's self-preservation, or, Julie's nodding her head at me because she's got her psychology degree.
Because
so
she knows
how
know.
to diagnose me.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to say yes. I would say it's not so much. I would not say that you're on the autism. Yeah, I would say it's more you have coping mechanisms in place.
Sure.
And then that's caused the disconnect more than autism.
Probably. I'm also an eternal optimist. I can look at horrible, like we are facing doom. And I'm like, hey, you know what?
Yes, you are.
Hey, guys.
It's okay.
Hey, you know what's so great about this? We're all together.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of blood over there, but it's fine. It's fine.
But you know what? I've got this great cleaner.
Yeah. We'll just pack a little gauze on it. You're fine.
I can find the positive in any negative situation. I can absolutely acknowledge how awful, doom and gloom everything is going to be and how we're all going to die. However, I can also say, this is the coolest thing. This is going to be the coolest ride to our death we've ever been through.
It might end tragically, but we're going to have fun on the way.
That's it. I think that's probably my superpower, is finding the awesome in everything awful.
Yeah. I also see you as very loyal.
Oh, yeah.
And steadfast.
Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Thanks.
Yeah.
I am 100% loyal. I am a ride or die.
You are. Sometimes I'm like, just give it up.
No, I can't do it.
But you don't.
I'm also a person who does not lie. And that's difficult because I've not had a lot of close friends because of that. There are people who, we've talked about sororities before and how people have sisterhoods and 37 best friends. I am not the person who has ever had 37 best friends.
Me either.
I've had like one right now, one somewhere else. And I think it's because I'm the kind of person that if you don't know that my heart is in it for good intentions, I'm a good intention person.
Right.
I will tell you exactly what you don't want to hear because I feel like you need to hear it. Like, if you're going through something, I'm not going to pretend like you're not going through something. I'm going to sit you down and say, hey, we need to talk about this. If you hurt my feelings, I'm going to say, hey, I totally get why you did this. I'm an optimistic person. I see why you did this. Can we talk about it? I will make things uncomfortable. If you look ugly in that dress, I will say, hey, you know what? That's not the best looking dress on you. Let's go find a better one. I will ride or die beside you, but I will help you to be better. And I think not a lot of people appreciate honesty.
No, they don't. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do. Luckily, you haven't been that honest with me yet.
Well,
I think in a way, you probably think you have been.
Yeah, I think I have.
And I'm like, I just see it as you being like, that's just how you, like, that's just you.
Yeah.
And I don't take offense to it because I know it's coming from a good place.
I never mean it offensively.
Yeah.
Anything I ever say is always from a good place.
Well, and you never say it mean. You're not like a mean girl that says it.
Oh,
You're not like, that dress looks like crap. You're like,
Yeah. But hey, you know what?
Yeah. That color is just not doing any, you're not mean about it. It's a very kind, like, you're very kind about it. And you're always like trying to like fix.
I am a fixer.
You're a fixer. You're a big time fixer.
Yeah. You know, I have to start things with, when you tell me this personal story, do you want me to fix this or do you want me to listen?
Yeah.
Because my instinct is to fix.
Yeah.
And sometimes I need to be told, nope, I just need to vent.
Yeah.
And that is something that I'm working on. I am working on asking before
But I appreciate
fix.
you being upfront about it.
Yeah, I have to be.
Because then it puts it into, like, my mindset as, well, what do I want?
Ooh.
What
Okay.
do I need right now?
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. And then sometimes I may feel like I need you to fix it. And then sometimes and then you start fixing it. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's not what I need.
That's not what I need. Or
Yep.
that's not the steps I want to take.
Right.
But I appreciate you trying. Let's just complain. Now I just need you to listen.
Yeah. No, and I love that you're comfortable enough to be like, no, stop that.
Yeah.
And me go, cool. Okay.
I think my only fear is that I have never, like, been, like, I'm cautious about being really blunt and honest, because my honesty is very blunt and I don't sugarcoat it. And there are times when I can be a mean girl.
Okay.
And I'm scared if I'm ever that way with you that it would change our friendship. Because
No.
it has in the past.
Okay.
It has in the past.
Yeah, no, I love brutal honesty. I need somebody to be, because here's the thing. I am honest, and I come from a good place when I am honest.
Yeah.
I am never trying to hurt somebody ever.
Yeah, no.
I am not wired to hurt somebody's feelings. I will sit and overthink everything I have ever said from the time.
You do overthink.
Yeah, I overthink everything.
Yeah, you do.
I ruminate, I OCD, I overthink every single thing there is. I think about worst case scenario all the way up to best case scenario.
Yeah.
And I will sit here and paranoia about something I said 3 weeks ago and then finally be like, oh my God, did I hurt your feelings? And you're like, what did you even say?
Yeah.
So, so I appreciate when somebody is honest with me, because then I don't have to overthink it.
Right.
I don't have to go home and be like, did I hurt your feelings when I said that just now? You can just be like, Jesus, Stephanie, where are you coming from on that? And I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, thank you for snapping me into it. I meant that totally out of the goodness of my heart, not because I was questioning whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
That is something that I struggle with, is overthinking everything.
Yeah.
So brutal honesty helps me, and I'm not usually offended by it because it stops
Right.
my imagination.
Yeah. If I'm ever brutally honest and it's mean and it hurts your feelings, please tell me.
No, the honesty I appreciate,
Okay.
because then that course corrects whatever I was doing that required you to be brutally honest.
Right.
I am a big picture person.
I'm not.
I do see the 30,000 foot view.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to like microscope down level by level to get to whatever needs to be done.
Right.
So I will look at an end game and then go, okay, here are the 37 steps we need to take to get to the end game.
Right.
And I'm not usually paralyzed by what needs to be done. I'm very much like, okay, let's make a list. We'll get it done step by step.
Yeah. That's not me.
But it doesn't need to be.
Making list helps me
Yeah.
immensely, but yeah, big picture is not my strong suit at all.
No, I love it. In fact, I miss being a military spouse. I miss being good at things.
Yeah.
And I have struggled with that for being the years of being a military spouse. Almost
Well,
18 years.
I
Well,
don't
no,
even
18
think
years
it's
now.
like being part of a military spouse. I think it's being a mom too.
That too.
Because we don't feel like we're good at any of it. We feel like
Right.
we're constantly screwing up. The one job that we have is to raise our kids.
Yes.
And we're failing miserably at it.
Yeah.
Even though our kids are like,
Spectacular
"You're
people."
amazing, I
Yeah.
love you." And I know we're the best parents. We're the best moms that our kids need, right? Like I
Yes.
wouldn't be a good mom to your kids.
Right.
Just like you wouldn't be the best mom to my kids. But
Exactly.
for my kids, I'm the best mom that there is.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, I'm totally with you. I think, yeah, I think I miss being good at things. And I feel like I try and fill those voids in other places.
Right.
Like being a guardian spouse, for example. You know, I am the kind of person who sees a need somewhere and then creates the steps to fill the need. I am a trainer.
Yeah.
I create the tools.
You're very much a trainer.
I'm very
And
much a trainer.
It comes across when you're like showing I will say when you're trying to show how to do things, it comes across, and sometimes I feel like I'm in school
Oh
with
my gosh, I'm
Stephanie.
so
It's fine.
sorry.
It's funny. I think it's kind of funny. I'm like, ooh, because
There's the teacher.
there's the teacher. Because sometimes you'll be like, okay, now if you go to
Click
here,
here.
click here. Now click on that button.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't I'm the kind of person who, if there is a need or a problem,
Yeah.
I am a fixer
Mm-hmm.
and the facilitator of it.
Yeah.
And so with guardian spouses, there were opportunities for improvement, and I created those opportunities for improvement with the help of you and Caroline. And sometimes that is not as well received because not everybody wants a solution. Not
Right.
everybody wants things to get better.
Right.
Sometimes status quo is great. And I struggle with status quo. I am never comfortable with where things are. I'm
Right.
always trying to improve them for everyone else around me.
I'm that way, but not because I'm a fixer. I'm that way because I'm a planner.
Oh.
I can look at stuff and be like, that could be better by doing this, this, and this. And it's not
Yeah.
about fixing it. It's about, like, there's things like I could plan, like, and I have ideas.
Right.
I'm more of a creative person in
Right.
that sense. Like, I can sometimes see out of the box ideas. Like, oh, well, what if you tried this?
Right.
What if we do this? And I can come up with some ideas.
You
some
do.
good
You have
ideas.
great ideas.
So I feel like I'm the idea person. You're my executioner.
I am. Yeah.
You make them happen.
I will make it happen.
I can go, Stephanie, let's do this, and you're like, done,
Cool. Already did it.
did it.
Did it while you were finishing your sentence.
Exactly. It's already done. Done. Here it is. Look at it. See what you think.
Proof it.
Proof it. It's done. Yes.
Yeah.
But
no.
I did not think you liked me when we first met.
Why?
Because you were standoffish, but I think you were standoffish because of John's job.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah. So back when Mike was enlisted, we were not really allowed to have relationships with officers.
Right.
Because that was super not looked great upon. Now that Mike is sort of in that middle zone of
Yeah.
being a warrant, he's allowed to be a little bit more friendly. But
Yeah.
also, I spend a lot of time evaluating
Yes.
before I open up.
And I am a quiet person, so sometimes you don't see. But when you first meet
No,
me,
but that's true.
when you first meet me, I am guarded when you first
Right.
meet me. I am quiet, and I do not allow you to see my true colors.
No,
Sometimes.
I totally understand. I'm standoffish because I will instantly walk into a situation and think of the things I'm not allowed to say,
Yeah.
and then say them by accident. Like, I went to back in my old place, there was a spouses group. It was a cooking club. And I went to the very first one, and I was so excited because I was going to learn how to cook all of these amazing dishes from this really authentic ethnic person. And we were going to learn how to cook her foods, and I could not wait. And I was with all of these very religious people, and I was I am not very religious. So I was trying to be very mindful of the things that I should and should not say. And at some point, the topic of overlooking the ocean, because this person had a beautiful view. We, as coasties, typically live
Yeah.
very close to the water. She had a third floor view of this gorgeous everything. And she would say that sometimes there were people that would have sessions in the grass, that sexual sessions in the grass down there. And she wanted to know, whatever, how could they afford to do whatever they were doing? And at some point, the conversation, and I said to myself, don't say blowjobs. But I did. And then everybody turned and looked at me, and I was like, what, you don't think that's what they're doing? And then I realized, this is why I shouldn't talk. So I have to be very careful when I first meet people, when I go, don't say blowjobs. Because my intrusive thoughts, I have a lot of horrible intrusive thoughts that I try very hard to keep under control. And so I come off very standoffish.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying really hard not to say something offensive. And that doesn't always translate.
It's like me, I would, if I had heard you say blowjob, I would have died laughing.
Right. That was like an icebreaker for some people.
Yeah.
Right.
But I get the dark humor. I get like your intrusive thoughts. I'm like, yeah, I totally understand. I totally get that. Yeah, I see that. You're validated.
Yes, thank you.
I can validate your dark thoughts.
That's why we're good. That's why we're good together.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And plus, you and I have very similar thoughts. Like when we're out together, we can see something, look at each other, and be like, yes, we are thinking the exact same thing right now.
Yes. That's happened multiple times. Yes. We were like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah. So I think that's a little bit into both of our souls and some embarrassing things about each of us that, things that we don't normally introduce ourselves with, but I think that's healthy to...
We've also been in, we've also went camping together. So we've been in situations that not normal.
Yes. And we mean like roughing it camping.
Yeah, we had a porta potty the last campsite. Yeah, which was nice because we've had holes.
That's true. That's true.
With a wooden seat with a toilet seat on top of it, right? Yeah. We went to Starbucks.
We did.
We spent the day at Starbucks. We did.
We're like, you know what, husbands, we're gonna go to Starbucks for a few hours.
Yes.
Recenter.
Yeah.
We're going to be better people when we come back, we promise.
We will have had coffee. We will have used a real restroom. We'll be better.
Yeah.
So.
But that's a little bit into us, a little bit about who we are and some of the things that make us awesome and some of the things that we feel are probably defects in our personalities. But, you know us, you love us, I think.
Yes.
Well, if you know us, you might
hate us.
Yeah. I'm going to overthink that when I...
You are going to overthink it. You're going to come back and you're going to be like, should we have said that?
Yeah,
sorry. Should we re-record that? Maybe we shouldn't be so honest. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm just going to... And I don't know if it's coming with age. And me, I'm just going to be like, let it go.
Yeah.
Post it as is. Who cares?
Everything I say is coming from a good place, I promise. Oh, so I guess we should say, like, whoever you are, be you.
Yes.
Right? Because you will find somebody, if you open it up, if you open yourself up,
you will find your people.
Yeah, you could find somebody who completely understands your soul down to your deepest, scariest thing that you wouldn't tell anybody ever.
Yes.
And that person will still love you through it.
Yes. And be like, that shit's horrible.
Yeah, but you know what? Me too.
I love you.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And help come clean your house.
That's Thanks for joining us this time, and be you.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for taking a moment with us, the Mommandants. You can find us on our website at mommandantsmoments.com.
We also have social media, so you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, all with Mommandants Moments.